Hello, friends. Namaste. It's your boy Dabob. I am in Hakone, Japan. For reference, that is close to Mount Fuji, which I know you may have heard of. I'm staying at a ryokan, onsen as well, which is a hot spring. They have a hot spring in the hotel, which I was able to dip in earlier this afternoon. Neck is still a little tight, not gonna lie, but today was the first, I don't want to say spiritual experience I had. Yeah, no, actually today was a spiritual experience. I went to a shrine, and choanji shrine, and it was just it just blew me away. But yeah, so I started out in Tokyo this morning. Woke up. I slept so bad last night. I couldn't fall asleep until 2 a.m. And I packed, and then I put out a TikTok, and it was just kind of just, I don't know, just excited, but also anxious again to be leaving spaces and moving to a new city that I'd never obviously been to before. But to even call Hakone a city, or at least the area of Hakone that I'm in, doesn't make sense, because it's more like a mountain village. It's it reminds me of Hawaii, honestly. If you've ever traveled to Hawaii, to Maui, or even some parts of Honolulu, just these just tree covered mountains and hills just everywhere, and moss covered rocks everywhere, and moss covered trees from the humidity and just the moisture in the air. And I highly recommend taking the bus everywhere. I made the mistake of traveling by foot most of the day. I wouldn't call it a mistake, but it was just it's a mountainous, hilly, mountain city. I just got back from dinner, and I changed into my garb here. And yeah, I'm feeling good. I think not the isolation is bothering me. There's two ways to look at a ryokan. It's a beautiful, subtle, very simple space, right? It also sometimes feels like an insane asylum. It feels like I'm in a padded room right now, and I'm just with my own voice and with my own head, and it's I'm going between everything's cool to you're freaking out, man. You're freaking out, man. But I'm not freaking out. Everything is cool. I think the contrast from going from Tokyo, a vibrant, bustling city, to Hakone it's just a change, right? And with change, obviously comes some, stress and some getting used to it. But honestly, I didn't feel that way until maybe right before dinner time. All day today, I was stoked, so beyond stoked. And I think once the sun went down, and I'm in this quiet mountain village, and I'm oh, I'm just going back to this, simple room where there's no stimulation. I'm oh, dude, you're by yourself. And I was okay, I got videos to edit. I'll do this. And I was okay, that's good. But I did challenge myself during my onsen soak in the hot spring to just be quiet, just to I was practicing just counting to 10 without having any other thoughts come in. And I was really just staring at the water that I'm soaking in, mouth open, hands up, and just in my head just going 1, 2, 3, 4, and trying to get to 10 without judgment coming in, without plans coming in, without oh, I should be doing this, or oh, I'm missing the sunset. Oh, I'm missing this. Like, and it was so hard. I mean, just to count to 10. And, you know, in our society, we are just on always. Like, we're glued to our phones. We have constant pings going on, constant notifications. And I feel like turning them off, like forcing yourself to turn them off, it's a beautiful reset. And it's a beautiful, yet scary moment to connect with yourself and to connect with something deeper within yourself. And the only other experience I can relate to this is in my 20s, before I got married. My late wife, Noelle, she did an Orthodox conversion to Judaism. Even though she was raised Jewish, her mom had converted. And, you know, when I met Noelle, she's like, I'm Jewish. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then, you know, she went on birthright and she went to Israel and basically came back and she was like, you know, not everybody thinks I'm Jewish over there. And, you know, depending on your observance in Judaism, like if you do a certain level of conversion, that's when you're really like accepted in. And that's an Orthodox conversion. So Noelle did that it took her 2 years leading up to our wedding. It was an incredibly beautiful experience. And not only did she have to immerse herself into the Orthodox, you know, community and lifestyle, but I did too. And like I was wrapping tefillin every day, which is something I miss. Actually, I really miss it. And the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because on Shabbat, which is Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown, Orthodox Jews turn off all electricity. We turn off our phones. We don't even, you know, turn on and off lights. We don't drive a car. Depending on how observant you are, if you're like totally, like you don't even tear toilet paper. Like you have pre-torn toilet paper. And I remember, you know, I grew up in I'd say traditional conservadox home. My older sister is modern Orthodox. So like we were very mindful of Shabbat and keeping kosher at home and all the holidays. But this was my first experience, like totally diving in head first. And I just fondly remember Shabbat. And I remember turning off my phone Friday night to Saturday night, never working, didn't take any jobs. I didn't even turn on the lights, you know. Noelle and I did that for a full year leading up to our wedding. And what's interesting is like I'm in this like remote-ish kind of mountain village in Japan in a ryokan. I know I'm butchering it, but whatever. This simple, quiet time for myself. And it's interesting that like there was a time where I had this built in weekly and had a weekly reflection and a weekly reset that is no longer in my practice. Like I'm not Shomer Shabbos, which means like you keep all the laws of Shabbat. Anyways, it's an interesting takeaway because I think the silence and the simplicity is actually a beautiful thing for your mind and a beautiful thing for you to reset and to almost clear energy for the week ahead or the month ahead or the year ahead. I mean, this trip is obviously a huge clearing experience for me, and just a monumental kind of like once in a lifetime opportunity to travel solo in Japan, to see all these places, eat all this yummy food. And also, you know, before I got on the plane on last Friday, I went to my wife's grave the day before, and it's been 3.5 years since she passed, and I left the cemetery really for the first time since she passed being like, she's not coming back. Like, Noelle is not coming back. And it was obviously painful, but it is what it is. It is reality. And for so long, I've been on the surface accepting that reality and saying, yeah, I know, but not really feeling it. And I feel it. I know it. And by actually feeling it, this deep feeling, it's now created some more space in me. And I feel that space. And I don't want to like, oh, I know what's going to happen next, because I don't, obviously. But I have noticed a change in like almost how I perceive maybe my next romantic encounter, where I feel like there's actual space for like love to come in, for like me to really love someone, and for her to really love me. It's an amazing feeling. It's exciting. It's nerve-wracking. It's obviously scary because it means change, but I would be totally untruthful if I didn't say that there's like space growing inside me, and it's scary because it means that there's change coming, and that's always scary because change is uncertain and who knows what's gonna happen. Damn, I get deep when I wear these kimonos, sumes, maybe they're called sumes. Okay, so recap of the day. Choanji Temple was a spiritual experience. It was Zen. Like I was up in this just quiet forest where you didn't hear any, cars honking. You didn't it was just quiet. It was birds. It was beautiful. It was just truly beautiful. So, so then naturally, after the Choanji shrine, I got on the bus and I was going to go to another shrine, and I got off at the wrong bus stop. I missed my stop basically because you have to push the button, because I haven't ridden a bus in a while in public transportation. I don't really take public transportation in LA. I drive my car everywhere. I'm so used to the subway or taxis in New York. But again, haven't been on a public bus in a while. So I miss my stop and I get off and I look up on Google Maps, just like, where the hell am I? And on Google Maps, it says country club. It says golf country club. And I was like, click on that. I love golf. And then it says driving range. And I was like, what? There's a driving range here? And like, first of all, I haven't swung a club in a couple months, which is long for me. And like, I'm about to go on a golf trip next month with my best friends from Chicago. And it's like our annual trip, and they're all teasing me. They're like, Rob, you don't even play golf anymore. Like, you don't love golf. First of all, guys, I love golf. Okay. I love golf, and I'm gonna do great on the golf trip. Okay. I'm coming for all of you. Anyway, so I start walking and I'm like, are you kidding me? There's like, I walk down the path, I get there, and it's the most stunning driving range I've ever seen in my life. Like, it would have been a stunning view without the driving range, but the fact that it was also a driving range and I could hit balls into like, literally the most, it was surreal. I was a kid in a candy store. And I get there, and the guy's so nice, and he's, rents me clubs, and he helps me with the change machine to get my golf balls. And I go down there, and I just start pitching wedges, and then ripping some 7-irons, and then I'm chipping, and then I pull out the driver. Like, it just was a great afternoon, and it was really nice. And I think, I don't know, I like posted on Instagram being like, this is how I know God's, taking care of me, is got off on the wrong bus stop and here I am at a driving range. And it's just amazing to be here. I feel very grateful and blessed. And I think from this experience, I don't know what change is coming. I really don't know. I just know I feel like space opening up in me, which feels good. Scary, but good. Anyway, I'm gonna sleep like a fucking baby tonight. I feel it. I know it. You see my bed? You see that? And I think tomorrow, I'm gonna try and catch the sunset. Damn it. Sunrise. I'm gonna wake up early and do the sunrise. That's what I was trying to say. I ate a lot of sushi for dinner. I'm a little parched, honestly. Okay. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. And yeah. Bye.